Coach, making opening statement on today's game.
What I share with the team, or what we as a staff talked about before going in to see the team. Every time we get prepared for an opponent, there's a game plan that's put together, and you talk about their strengths and you talk about their weaknesses as a group, and they did what they do every night. It just was very, very effective against us, and it was more of a level of physicality, a level of toughness, a level of grit, a level of fight. And we didn't have enough guys to step up to that challenge in the sense of the grit, the fight, the toughness, the physicality of the basketball game. So dug ourselves a hole and, tried to make some runs, but to no avail. So.
You guys pride yourselves on defense and that toughness and whatnot. How frustrating is it to see it get turned around completely?
I think that was the frustrating part, even when we were sitting here in the locker room, and then, I had the assistant coaches speak also. Sometimes, they could, hear the head coach's voice way too much. Not only the staff, in a sense, the assistant coaches, the support staff, even a former player in Tariq, I thought made some valid points, to our guys about, especially in a game like this, this game really comes down to emotion and just playing hard because of it being the border war. And I thought the tone was set early, giving up offensive rebounds to the kid number 21, which physicality is his game. But we didn't answer the bell. We didn't answer the bell. So you're disappointed in that because the fact that you want to pride yourself on defending, you want to pride yourself on rebounding, and still taking care of basketball. And I thought we had some careless ones or unforced type of turnovers that hurt. Even though they had more turnovers than us, I thought our turnovers were a little bit more wounded than their turnovers.
I know that's a tough matchup on the glass today, but is there, at this point, what can you do to try to improve the rebounding, be better in that aspect where it's not so lopsided every night?
Well, we're in a unique situation. I mean, with what we're trying to ask of Thompson, and I thought he did a better job in the second half. I think pulling down 7 rebounds, but I felt like I was in a part of just searching. Obviously we started the game with Porter. They got the offensive rebound and made an early sub with TJ, and I just didn't think it got better. Both of those guys combined, over 20 minutes, and neither one of them got a rebound. So we decided to go with 4 guards and kind of put Ronaldo in. The guys tell me, I know he had 9 turnovers, but I mean we're asking so much of him. And he's playing with a level of toughness, but even with him at the forward, 4 guards hurts from a rebounding standpoint, but I didn't feel like I was getting anything from the other 2, so
no.
you see what else could work.
Do you look at making more changes to start a lineup or getting other guys more minutes to help offensively?
No, you know what? Like as a staff, when we were talking before we went in, with every team you come across in the sense of yourself coaching, there's a formula, that you feel like this team needs to do in order for it to win. And, the formula doesn't change with this group. Like, we're not going to now change it and say, let's go outscore people and play in the 80s and play in the 90s. That's just not what this team is capable of doing. So rather than, scrap it and go down another direction, we still have to beat the point of being more grimy on the defensive end of the floor. And to be honest with you, I thought we missed some open shots. We're not necessarily throw it in the paint and back you down type of offense. We may do some of that stuff with Maldo, occasionally throwing in with Thompson. But even with that, understanding that how they wanted to trap the post and wanted to attack the weak side of their trap, You know, I thought we got some good looks, but you know, at the end of the day, if we're trying to hang it on the offensive end of the floor, I don't think this group that's the right side to hang it on.
You've mentioned before the missed shots, not so much bad looks. It's just that they aren't falling, and it kind of seemed like there was some of that today. How do you get those shots to eventually fall?
I mean, you got to keep shooting. You know, at the end of the day, and you know, Jake is one of our better shooters. And then utilizing Thompson. I think Kenny's starting to come on a little bit. I thought Quan actually took care of his minutes tonight, but I think you just still run your action and look for open looks. And with this team, they wanted to switch a lot of stuff. I thought slipping to the basket would have been some opportunities. I didn't think we did a good job of slipping and looking for that, but I just think you just continue to run your action. I want to say the last couple of games, Jake has actually been shooting it well. Maldo's been solid from a scoring point all year. Thompson has, been hit and miss, but him being out on the floor, helps more than it does hurt. But with the other guys, it's not about them going out there and trying to get 20, but you just got to be able to take advantage of the opportunity when it comes your way. So, again, you look at the scenario with Porter and Taylor, and you're saying, combined, you played over 20-something minutes, and felt like it was, very unproductive from that spot. So we had to kind of figure some things out. And like I said, we went small. I thought Maldo did a great job. I don't think he gets the respect when he's out there playing in the sense of getting to the basket and getting fouled. But I think you continue to run your action. And if Jake gets open look, Thompson gets an open look, Maldo's shooting it better as well. So I don't think we do anything differently.
Is there too much pressure on Hunter, a la JJ last year? And do you feel like, is he putting that pressure on himself?
He could be, but we've talked about that. I think it's more so when he feels like he has to, or we're not playing well. I think he sometimes checks into that mode. And I don't know if that's right or wrong, because you're looking for a spark plug to ignite. But I do believe he has a good sidekick in Jake, and again, Thompson on the floor helps. I didn't think AJ was solid tonight for us as well, for what he's been bringing to the table. But I think Maldo's heart is in the right place, and he's done a great job leading these guys, and whether it be verbally or by example, because I consider him one of the hardest playing guys in the league. But at the same time, yeah, I wouldn't say he has to put himself in that mold, for us to be better. I just think we need a little bit more guys to join him when he's in that mode, so that we can be a little bit more effective.
It obviously doesn't get any easier with an unbeaten San Diego State team coming in to Laramie on Wednesday. What's the morale of the locker room? What is the message to the guys at this point?
You know what? I love our guys. I think they're really, really good kids. Even sitting in the locker room afterwards, and again, I had the assistants speak just for them to hear a different voice. Obviously, they're down. Nobody likes losing. But I wouldn't think that Monday's practice would be any different in our energy and our effort. It just had to be more carryover to the game. Now, sometimes you get out on the floor and you might be overmatched, and that's okay, but you never want to be overmatched in the department of how hard you play. And I thought they just played harder tonight and wanted it more.
Good guys?
Yep.
Yeah. Appreciate it, Al.